Replacing the brake fluid for the 2018 Chevy Equinox regularly within a 36-month interval starts by pulling on the hood release lever below the steering wheel. Engage the parking brake by lifting the electronic parking brake switch. At the front of the vehicle, just above the Chevy emblem, move the yellow hood release lever towards the driver's side and lift the hood. Locate and release the hood prop from its receiver and place it into the passenger side receiver in the hood. Locate the reservoir for the brake master cylinder and remove the cap. Take note of the minimum and maximum fluid lines on the reservoir along with the current fluid level. Carefully pump out old fluid with a turkey baster or a hand pump, making sure not to spill any on the vehicle or your hands. The fluid here is so low, I cannot reach or extract any of the fluid. Leaving the reservoir cap off, place a funnel in the master cylinder reservoir. Using new, previously unopened .3 fluid, fill the master cylinder to the max line on the reservoir. Throughout the fluid replacement, never ever let the master cylinder run dry or you will introduce air into your brake lines. The brake fluid will be extracted starting at the furthest tire from the master cylinder, moving to the closest. The order of fluid extraction will be right rear, right front, then left front. Loosen the lug nuts on the right rear tire with a 19mm socket and breaker bar. Locate the vehicle's right side and rearmost lift point under the passenger door handle. Lift the vehicle and place a floor jack for added safety. Loosen and remove the wheel lug nuts with a 19mm socket. Remove the tire from the vehicle. Locate and remove the dust cap for the brake bleeder fitting. Apply an 11mm wrench to the bleeder fitting and then a drainage hose. If you are using a hand pump, apply pressure before opening the bleeder fitting. If a helper is depressing the brake pedal to eject fluid from the brake system, which I think is the easiest, there is no need to pump like I've shown. With pressure built by either the hand pump or by a helper pressing the brake pedal, turn the bleeder fitting with an 11mm wrench, allowing the fluid to flow out. Importantly, close the fitting before the helper releases their foot from the brake pedal or before pressure is released from a hand pump to avoid introducing air into the brake system. Repeat this process, regularly dumping the fluid in your capture container until the fluid starts to clear. To reduce anxiety, I've shown the amount of fluid that leaves the master cylinder reservoir each time the brake pedal is depressed. Monitor the fluid in the master cylinder and maintain the fluid level near the max fill line while removing fluid at each brake line. The right rear brake line will require the greatest amount of fluid to be extracted. When finished, close the bleeder fitting without over-tightening, remove the extraction hose without spilling fluid on the brake components, and return the brake bleeder dust cap. For the sake of time, I will not show the lifting and tire removal and remounting of each tire. Remount the right tire, lug nuts, lower the vehicle, and torque the lug nuts to 100 foot-pounds in a star pattern. Please repeat this process for each tire that is removed and remounted. After completing the right rear brake line, move to the left rear tire and repeat the process of depressing the brake pedal or building pressure with a hand pump, opening, then closing the bleeder fitting, and then releasing the brake pedal and reapplying pressure on the brake pedal. Move on to the right front tire. For reasons unknown to me, the brake bleeder fittings on the front of the vehicle require a 10mm wrench instead of 11mm like the rear fittings. Following the completion of the right front brake line, move to the left front tire, continuing the fluid removal. Clean up any spilled brake fluid, remove the funnel we placed, return the cap to the master cylinder, and then return the hood to its secured position. That's it! Thanks for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and consider sending a few dollars my way to support my channel through the links below.